Good morning, everyone. Let's start this session. So, this is the lecture number 17. In the last lecture, we have seen the resultant calculation for the general force system. And after that, we have solved the problems from the assignment number 1. Okay. So, this is one problem from the assignment number 1, which is on the general force system. And we have to find out the resultant for the given system and then locate the resultant with respect to point A. So, this is the point A. Then at the point B, there is one force which is exactly horizontal. So this is 5 kilonewton. Then at this point, there is a vertical force which is a vertically downward, which is 15 kilonewton. Okay. Then this is the point C, and this distance C to D, this is 0.5 meter. And on this circle, we have two forces. So these are two unlike forces, parallel unlike forces. So this is 20 kilonewton, and this is also 20 kilonewton. Okay. And for this circle, its diameter is given as a 1 meter. Okay. And this angle, it is given as a 60 degree. So first question is we have to find out the resultant, that is its magnitude and the direction. And after that, we have to locate the resultant with respect to point A. Okay, that means we have to find out the point where the resultant will cut the line AB. Okay. So for the resultant, we should find out the summation fx and summation fy. Okay. So for summation fx and summation fy, only consider this 5 kilonewton and this 15 kilonewton. Okay. We will not consider this 20 kilonewton and this 20 kilonewton because both these forces, these are the unlike parallel forces. Therefore, they will cancel each other. Okay. So net effect of these two forces will be 0 in the force calculation or resultant calculation. We have to just consider these forces in the Varignan's theorem. That means when we will locate the resultant with respect to point A. So for summation fx, we have the force 5 kilonewton, which is on the positive x side. And therefore, summation fx will be on the positive x side. Okay. For summation fy, just consider this 15 kilonewton, which is in the negative y direction. So it is minus 15. Okay. Its meaning is 15 kilonewton. It is in the downward direction. Okay. So from summation fx and summation fy, we can locate the quadrant of the resultant. So resultant will be in the fourth quadrant. Okay. So this is the resultant. And this is the angle theta for the resultant. Okay. So this is your summation fx, which is equal to 5. And this is summation fy. Okay. So this is equal to 15 kilonewton. So you can find out the resultant magnitude R is equal to, which is square root summation fx square plus summation fy square. Okay. So this value will be in the square root. This is 5 square plus 15 square, or you can take minus 15. So this is equal to so this is 15.81 kilonewton. Okay, so this is the resultant magnitude. Now the direction of the resultant, that is angle theta, this is equal to the tan inverse summation Fy upon summation Fx. Okay. So when you use this formula, just consider the positive value because we have already located the quadrant. Okay. So this is tan inverse. Fy is 15 and Fx is 5. Okay. So angle is 71.56. Okay, so this is the resultant magnitude and this is the direction of the resultant. Okay, now next is we have to show the resultant on the line AB. Okay, or on this diagram. So you can draw the parallel line to this vector. Okay, so this is the resultant and this is the angle theta. Okay, so we don't know exact location with respect to point A. So you can draw one perpendicular from point A. Okay, so just draw the perpendicular line on this line of action and assume this distance as a distance d. Okay, and then we will use the Varignan's theorem. Okay, so from this point, that is a point A, draw the perpendicular. So this is the perpendicular distance d for the resultant. This is your point A. Then we have the force 15 kilonewton at point D and 5 kilonewton at point B. Okay. Now to find out the distance d, we will use the Varignan's theorem. So its equation will be summation of moment by all the forces about the point A. This is equal to moment by the resultant about the same point A. Now for left hand side, we should consider this system, that is the system of forces. Okay. And for resultant, that is a moment by resultant about the A, just consider resultant and this perpendicular distance. Okay. So on the right hand side, we will have the moment R into D. Okay. And right now, as we have assumed the resultant, it is on the right side of A. So this moment will be clockwise. Okay. So this is negative. Now consider the original system, that is a system of forces. Okay. So if you refer this diagram, so in this diagram, this 5 kilonewton, we need to find out its perpendicular distance with respect to point A. It is not given directly. So this 1.5 and this 1.5, it is the aligned distance. Okay, on this line AB. we need perpendicular distance. So just extend this line of action. Okay. And from point A, draw the perpendicular line. So this is 90 degree. So this distance, you can take this point as a M. So A to M is the perpendicular distance for this force 5 kilonewton. So how to find out this distance? So you can observe triangle AMB. Okay. So in the triangle AMB, so we have the force at this point. Okay. This is your point M, this is B, and this is the point A. Okay. This is 90 degree. Then A to B, this is 3 meter, 1.5 plus 1.5. So we need, and this angle, so this is 60 degree. So this angle is 60. So this angle will be 30. So this is 30 degree. So just calculate the AM. So AM by using trigonometry, this is equal to 3 cos 30, because it is the adjacent side and this is the hypotenuse and this is the angle 30. So AM is 3 cos 30. That is a perpendicular distance for 5 kilonewton. Okay. Now just observe the 15 kilonewton. So for the 15 kilonewton, one distance is given 0.5 meter. Okay. But it is with respect to point C. We need distance with respect to point A. Okay. So just extend this line of action for 15 kilonewton. Okay. From point A, draw the perpendicular. So assume this point as a N. So A to N is the perpendicular distance for 15 kilonewton. Out of that, we know this distance. This is 0.5 meter. So let us take this point as a P. So A to P distance we will calculate by using this triangle ACP. Okay. So in the triangle ACP, this is 60 degree. So A to P distance will be, this is 1.5 A to C. So AP will be, so this distance, this is equal to 1.5 cos 60. Okay. So total distance will be A to N. This distance, this is equal to 1.5 cos 60 plus 0.5 meter. Okay. So we need to consider this distance when we will take the moment by 15 kilonewton about the point A. And this distance AM, it is for 5 kilonewton. Now refer the left hand side. So for the left hand side, you will write the equation. We will start from 5 kilonewton. Okay. So force is 5 into its perpendicular distance for 5 kilonewton. It is the distance A to M. Okay. And that distance is 3 cos 30. So just I will write the distance AM. Okay. And this moment, it is clockwise. Okay. About the point A. So it is negative. Next is 15 kilonewton into its perpendicular distance is distance A to N. And again, this moment is clockwise. So it is negative. Okay. So just we have two moment. And then there is one additional moment because of this 20 kilonewton and this 20 kilonewton. Okay. So I will draw it separately. So on this circle, here we have the point A. And these are two tangent forces, okay, of equal magnitude. So in the resultant calculation, these two forces, their net effect will be 0. Okay. But these two forces, they will form one couple at this point. And it is the clockwise couple. Sorry. So this is the anti-clockwise couple. So they will form one couple in this direction at the point A. Okay. So its magnitude will be, this moment is, that is a moment due to couple. This is 20, that is a force, and distance between these two parallel forces. Okay. So that distance is nothing but this diameter, which is a phi 1 meter. So 20 into 1, and this is equal to 20 kilonewton meter. Okay. So this is the couple value. So we have to add this couple. So plus 20. So I'm writing this plus because it is anti-clockwise. Okay. So if it is clockwise, then we should write this as a minus 20. Okay. So this is complete summation of moment equation. Now just put the value of AM and AN. So it is minus 5 into distance AM is 3 cos 30 minus 15 into distance AN. So this is equal to 1.5 plus, sorry, 1.5 cos 60 plus 0.5 meter. Okay, and plus 20. This is equal to minus r. So we have the value of resultant. So resultant is equal to 15.81 minus 15.81 into d. Okay, so now check whether the screen is visible. Is it visible? Okay. So from this equation, just calculate the value of d. So d will be the perpendicular distance.
Later, Venus बोला ना
Okay, so check the answer. D is equal to 0.74743 meter. Okay, so D is the perpendicular distance of the resultant with respect to point A. Now we want the position or the point where resultant cuts the line AB. Okay, that means we have to find out. Let us take this point as a point Q. Okay, so distance AQ we have to find out. So for that, you can consider this right angle triangle. Okay, so this angle is theta. So this angle, this is equal to 71.56. Okay, and therefore this angle will be same. It is 71.56. Okay, now in this triangle AQ, take this as a S point. So AQS, this is 71. This total angle, this is 60. Okay, so this angle, so this is 180 minus 71.56 minus 60. So this is 48.44. Okay, so now consider this triangle, this right angle triangle. Let us take this point as a N. So ANQ. So this is 90 degree. This is A, this is N, and this is A. Sorry, this is A, N, and this is Q. Okay, so in this triangle, we have this distance AN, which is a D. This is equal to 0.74. Okay, we want distance AQ, and we know this angle. This is equal to 48.44. Okay, so assume this as a alpha. So use sine alpha. This is equal to opposite side is AN upon the hypotenuse is AQ. Okay, so AN is nothing but D, which is a 0.74. AQ is the unknown, and this is equal to sine, and alpha is 48.44. Okay, so you will get the distance AQ. So which is 0.98. Okay, that means your resultant will cut the line AB at distance 0.98 with respect to point A. Okay, now refer the next problem. Okay, so one object is given, which is a rectangular object OABC, and the forces are 20 kilonewton at point O, which is on negative x side, then 20 kilonewton in the positive y direction at point A. This 20 kilonewton is perpendicular to this diagonal OB, and 10 kilonewton at point C in the negative y direction. Okay, and there is one couple which is a 40 kilonewton meter. So for this, we have to find out the resultant and its distance with respect to point O. And also we have to find out the point where resultant will cut the x and y axis. Okay, so these are your reference axis, x axis and y axis. So your first step is we have to resolve the force which are inclined with the x and y axis. Okay, so there is only one force which is an incline, this 20 kilonewton. Okay, so for this force, so we should resolve at this point only where this force is in contact with the object. So at this point you can show the component. So this is your x component and this is the y component. Okay, but this angle is not given. Okay, so how to find out this angle? That is angle of force 20 kilonewton with respect to x or y axis. So just tell me the answer in the chat box. Okay, so what is the angle for 20 kilonewton? So you can find out this angle from this angle. Okay, because total angle is 90 degree for 20 kilonewton with the line OB. Okay, but this angle, let us take this angle as alpha. So alpha you can find out as tan inverse 3 upon 4, because this opposite side is 3, this adjacent is 4 meter. Okay, so this alpha, this is equal to, so this is 36.86. Okay, now from 90 subtract the angle, you will get the required angle. Okay, so this angle will be 90 minus alpha, so it is 53.13. Okay, now this x component is the adjacent component to the angle 53, so this is equal to 20 cos 53.13, and the y component is 20 sin 53.13. Okay, now write the summation fx. So for summation fx, you can start from this force minus 20. Then next is 20 cos 53. So plus 20 cos 53.13. Okay. So only two forces in the x direction. So calculate this value. So this is 7.99 minus 7.99. Okay. So this is kilonewton. Then calculate summation Fy. Okay. So for summation Fy, this is plus 20. Then this is minus 20 sine 53. And then minus 10. So this is equal to minus 6 kilonewton. Okay. So meaning of minus 7.99 is, so we can approximate this as a 8. So this is minus 8. So 8 kilonewton in the negative x direction, and this is 6 kilonewton in the negative y direction. Okay. So from this, we can draw the quadrant. So it is minus minus, that means it is a third quadrant for the resultant. So this is your resultant R, and then you can find out this angle theta. Okay. So calculate the value of theta by using the formula tan inverse summation Fy upon summation Fx. Okay. And the magnitude of resultant R is equal to square root summation Fx square plus summation Fy square. Okay. So you will get R as a 10 kilonewton and theta, this is equal to 36.86. Okay. Now next is we have to find out the distance of resultant with respect to point O. Okay. So for that, you should use the Varignan's theorem. Okay, so for Huygens theorem, we will write the equation as summation of moment by all the forces about the point O. This is equal to moment by the resultant about this same point O. Okay. So first take the moment by all the forces about the point O. So for that we should consider the component of that inclined force. So this is 20 sine 53.13 and this is 20 cos 53.13. Okay, this is 10, this is 20, this is 20. Okay, and there is one additional couple 40 kilonewton meter. Okay, so we will start from 20. So for this 20, this is your point O. So 20 is exactly passing through the point O. So its moment 0. Okay, so force 20 and its perpendicular distance is 0. Therefore, this total moment is 0. Next, we have 20 kilonewton. For 20 kilonewton, distance OA is directly the perpendicular distance. Okay, so OA, this is given as a 4 meter. So 20 into distance is 4. This moment, its direction will be anti-clockwise about the point O. So it is positive. Okay. Next is x component 20 cos 53. So 20 cos 53.13. Okay. Into, so what is the perpendicular distance for this component? So if you extend the line of action, then from point O, you will draw the perpendicular. So this is the perpendicular distance. Okay. So distance OC. So this distance is the perpendicular distance for this component, and that is equal to, so this is 3 meter. So this distance is 3 meter. And this moment, so if you observe this line of action and this direction, that moment will be clockwise. Okay. And therefore it is negative. Next is y component, which is a 20 sine 53.13. So 20 sine 53.13 into, what is the perpendicular distance? So extend this line of action. Okay. And then from point O, draw the perpendicular. So for this component 20 sine 53, distance OA is the perpendicular distance. So this is 4 meter. Okay. And this moment, it is also clockwise. So if you observe the line of action and the direction, so this is the direction of the force. Okay. So it will try to rotate the complete object in the clockwise direction. So it is minus. Okay. And next is 10 into. Now this 10 kilonewton, it is passing through the point O. Okay. So if you extend the line of action, then it will pass through the point O. So there is no perpendicular distance. So this moment is 0. This moment is 0. Okay. And equal to the moment by resultant about the point O. Okay. So right now we don't know the exact location. So we will just assume we know that resultant it is in the third quadrant, and this is the angle of resultant theta. Okay. So we can assume the resultant on the right side or on the left side of the point O. So just I will assume it here. Like this. Okay. And from point O, draw the perpendicular. So this is the perpendicular distance with respect to point O. So now the resultant we have assumed on the right side. So this moment will be clockwise, resultant moment. Okay. So we will write here minus R into perpendicular distance D. Okay. So solve this equation and get the value of D. So if you get the D as a positive, then our assumed direction is correct. Okay. Otherwise, we will have to shift the resultant on the left side like this. Okay. So just tell me the answer in the chat box. What is the D value? Okay, so what is the answer? D value. So check the answer. D, this is equal to 2 meter. So actually you will get the answer D as a minus 2 meter. Okay. So the meaning of minus 2 meter is the resultant is on the left side of the point O. So you can correct the diagram. Okay. Now on this diagram, show the resultant on the left side like this. Okay. So this angle of resultant, we know this angle as a 36.86 degree. Okay. And this perpendicular distance with respect to point O, so this is equal to 2 meter. Okay. Now the next question is, we have to find out the intersection of the resultant with the x and y axis. Okay. So just extend this line. So this is your x axis. So this will be negative x axis. And extend this resultant. So this is the intersection with the x axis. Okay. So assume this point as M. This is the intersection with the y axis. So this is the y axis. So take this point as a N. Okay. So we should find out the distance OM. So this is your x intercept, and then distance ON. So this is the y intercept. Okay. So you can find out this from this triangle, which is the NOM. Okay. So first take this point for this perpendicular as a point P. Now this 36, so this angle will be same. This is 36.86. Okay. Now observe this triangle OPM. Okay. So in the triangle OPM, we know the distance OP, which is a 2 meter. Okay. We need OM, and this is the hypotenuse, and OP is the opposite side to the angle 36. So you can use sine 36.86. This is equal to OP upon OM. Okay. So OP, this is equal to distance D, which is a 2 meter. OM is unknown, which is the X distance. So from this, you will get the value of X. Okay. So this is equal to 2 upon sine 36. So it is 3.33. So this is 3.33 meter. Okay. So this is the intersection with the x-axis. Similarly, consider the triangle OPN. Okay. So in the triangle OPN, we need ON. Okay. OP is known and the angle known. So this angle is known. Okay. So this angle, this is equal to 90 minus 36.86. So this is 53.13. So this angle is 53.13. Okay. So now use sine 53. So this is equal to OP upon ON. Okay. So OP is nothing but distance D, which is 2 meter. ON is nothing but the y-intercept and sine 53. Okay. So you will get the y value. So this is equal to 2 upon sine 53.13. So it is 2.5 meter. So y value, this is 2.5 meter. Okay. So therefore, your resultant so this is the y-intercept. This is equal to 2.5 meter. And this is the x-intercept. Okay. So this is x is equal to, this is 3.33 meter. Okay. So this is your final answer.